guys, welcome to the monthly Zodiac with Spirit Essence. I'm Tara Diana. This is my beautiful friend and fellow practitioner, Nancy Brady. We are both intuitive mediums. I run the Spirit Essence by Tara Diana website, and we are working together on a monthly basis here on the YouTube channel to give you guys some guidance, to give you guys a little bit of knowing what's coming up for you in this month. This is an exciting venture for us. Nancy is one of my dear friends, and she is one of the most authentic, beautiful mediums I've come across in a long time. So Nancy, thank you for joining us. This is the January 2022 version.
I can't believe we're in January. It's a little bit terrifying, but I'm so excited for this.
We're not that scared. We are pumped. We are ready to go. We are sick of the energy from the past 2 years, and we want to move into something that is super powerful and super enlightening. So we are going to do this. What we're doing, friends, is we are going to be giving you a monthly reading. So Aries is the first one we'll do, and that will be a card reading. And we are doing cards this time. We might do crystals in February. We might do something different in March. We'll always add a card in because that just is a beautiful visual for people. People like to see the cards. What deck are you using this time,
All right,
Nancy?
so for this time, I'm going to use Oracle of the Seven Energies. It's by Colette Baron Reed. As most of you know, she powerhouses out a lot of decks, but this one is gorgeous. The art in it is just stunning, and I really like it. It's just my new thing. And the paper, guys, I'm all about the paper. It's really nice paper.
Nice. You
Which
know,
one
do
are
you
gonna
remember?
use?
Do you remember when Doreen Virtue, way back when she was doing this?
Yes.
I mean, she was doing what, a card deck every like 3 weeks or something. It was
Yeah.
insane. She had mermaid, she had fairy, she had every archangel on the book. I'm using Alana Fairchild's Sacred Rebel Oracle. I love this deck. There is something powerful in it, my friends. I just I feel inclined to use this. I've had this deck for a long time, and I got a new deck of it, and it just feels good to have it back in my place. Now, as psychic mediums, you guys, we tend to do a lot of work straight from spirit. So we're going to use the cards as a visual for you, but it will be spirit that is guiding us and telling us what you need to know for the month. So anything else you want to say, my gorgeous friend?
Just that we are going to put all of the stuff we're talking about in the links below so that you guys can easily access it later. The decks that we're using, anything that we refer to, so you can check it out later on.
Okay, why don't we get started? And we're going to start with Aries. I'm going to go first, Nancy. Let's go back and forth with it. Okay.
Sounds
so
good.
Aries is our March 21st to April 20th group of people. They are our they can be very visionary, these people. They can be a little quick-tempered, a little bit selfish sometimes, but they can be very adventurous. So it's a nice balance. So let's see what spirit needs them to know for the month of January. Okay. And I'm just pulling cards, guys, just so you know, willy-nilly. I trust that spirit gives me all the information. So this is not about Tara picking the perfect card. This is about spirit saying, hurry up, lady, and pick the card. And this is the one I'm picking. And it is Shock of the New. This is a great card. So let me show you that. I'm going to put it right in front of my face. Check out my gorgeous ring, everyone. Okay. But this is Shock of the New. I love this card. Let's talk about the adventurous Aries. Let's talk about, being a little bit selfish in the moment. Shock of the new means that things are happening around you that maybe you weren't anticipating. And they're giving you a heads up here, Aries. They're saying to you, January might be where things are just a little bit popping and you're going, oh, I wasn't looking for that. Or, oh, I didn't know I needed that. Embrace it. Let it come to you easily. Sit back with it, friends. Take that time to really feel what it means. Even if it's a scary feeling or it's oh gosh, do I really have to do this? Try to change that energy, because when we transform a negative to a positive, then what we're doing is we're enlightening ourselves to make that energy work for us, work with us. And that is the beautiful blend. So shock of the new, things happening that you're not sure you wanted to happen, things happening you weren't even looking for. Let it come to you, see what it actually means. And remember that we always have free will choice. So remember that if you don't want this, if this shock of the new is coming to you and you're like, holy sweet goddess, what in heaven's name is going on here? If it doesn't suit you, if it doesn't resonate with you, shift it and change it. But always give yourself the opportunity to sit in the moment to be sure it doesn't resonate with you. And I'm going to leave that with you, Aries. Get on it.
Fantastic. All right, next up is Taurus. And Taurus is our group from April 21st to May 21st. I am a Taurus. We are
Ooh.
patient. We are reliable, warm-hearted, loving, persistent, determined. Definitely bull in a china shop sometimes. We can be jealous. We can be possessive, sometimes resentful, and a little bit indulgent. So, but you know what? Overall, we're pretty good people. So, Taurus, this is what's for you. I'm going to do the
I'll
same.
attest to that.
Thank you. This is the card I'm pulling for Taurus. I've pulled the card. It's called A Deep Breath.
Lovely. That is a lovely card.
It is a lovely card. And what Spirit's coming in and telling me about this card is, you know what? It's time for a moment of pause. We are going 100 miles an hour, Tauruses, and we've been going this way and this way and this way, and it's time to come back to center. Deep breath in and just relax. It's time to just be in the moment, enjoy the moment. We've had a crazy couple years. We've had a crazy couple months coming off of Christmas, which tends to be a little bit emotional, high charged, whether it be positive or negative. But just come back to present, come back to center, and take that deep breath. Be in the moment, enjoy the moment, enjoy what's happening within you, right? Take time to have a bubble bath or a walk in the snow safely in your boots. And just, I, I was listening to Tara slip around in hers today.
Oh my gosh. Not even going to get into that. My poor dog heard words she's never heard. Both of them did.
But get back to nature, people. Get back to center. Get back to the place of just sit. And I promise you, I really am, and Spirit is telling me you're on the cusp of a lot of new exciting changes, and sitting just in a comfortable place of center, taking that deep breath allows you to sort of analyze everything out and not have to be in that continual fast, 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 go, go, go. So I'm going to leave that with you. I want you to sit for a moment, take a breath. And
I
I'll
feel like
leave
I should be a Taurus right now.
that. I feel
I
like you
feel like
should
I should be a
too.
Taurus.
I'm going to send you on to the Geminis now, Miss Tara.
Okay, let's take a look at this. This is our May 22nd, June 21st. These are our flexibles. These are our young, our lively, adaptive, good energy with that. A little bit anxiety ridden sometimes, right? A little bit caught in that whole, whew, okay, they should be focusing on breath a little bit. So let's pull the card for them, allowing Spirit, our guides to work for our Geminis. I love the Gemini because there's something about that word that just resonates with me. I am most definitely not, that Gemini. I'm not flexible or adaptable. I'm very set in my ways. I'm a Scorpio, so I can't wait to see what that says. Oh, this is lovely. Look at this card, Nancy. Focus on the light.
Oh, beautiful.
So I love this card. This and that's a sunflower, if I'm not mistaken. You think?
Yeah, it kind of looks like the center of the world as well, and an
Yeah.
eye.
And an eye, right? There's a lot in this picture.
Very
So
much so.
focus on the light. Sunflowers need light. That's how they rise up, right? They get that, exponential light coming in, and it feels good, and it's nurturing for them. So they're saying to you, pay attention, Gemini. January is your month where all sorts of things are coming into fruition for you, but you have to nurture them. You have to allow it to grow. And the light is always a power sign. When we stand in the light, we are visibly growing, we are developing, we are moving up into the ascension. So things that we are trying to bring to that fruition that I said are going to happen, we have to nurture it, we have to look after it, we have to take care of it. But the other thing that comes with this card, again, focus on the light, is that we have to be doing it for the right reasons. So a little bit similar to the Aries, but this is all stuff that's already there. That's you've planted the seeds for it, that they are growing. So you're going to look for spring. So when we get into late March, April, May, you're going to see things popping, and they're asking you to put the energy into it now, so that it's easy and effortless when it comes down the road. Okay, so you are the light, right? So just bask in it. Just let it come in. When you feel that warmth, think of the sun, think of a heat lamp, think of anything that will bring you warmth. When you think of that, the warmth actually gives you that sense of comfort. And we don't recognize that always, that warmth is comforting. Now, I'm not talking about, the hot and, blankets that you turn the heat on so high you're roasting. I'm talking about that nice, comforting warmth. Comfort in the work that you're doing allows it to happen much easier. So keep that in mind, friends. Gemini, we're moving on to Cancer. That's yours, Nancy.
That's mine. I've been shuffling while Tara's talking, and Cancer, you guys, you're one of my favorite signs. You are emotional, you are loving, you're intuitive, you're imaginative, you're shrewd, you can be protective. You can also be a bit moody, but that's kind of fun. A little bit over emotional, touchy, maybe a bit clingy, but that's okay. I like clingy. Sometimes it's good. With
Thingy's
friends.
not always a bad thing.
No, it's not.
Mm-mm.
So let's find out what you need to know for your January. So, what card came up for Cancer is a higher view.
Hello, friend.
And this is an amazing card. What Spirit's telling me about this is it's time to sort of let go of that emotion, right? Get on your bird and fly. Like literally, that's what she's doing here. There's a meditation that I do, and it is called that. It's called Get on Your Bird, and you basically rise up and up and up and up, and you leave all your problems below. And that's what Spirit's coming in and showing me and telling me with this card is very much about see things from a different perspective. Spread your wings. Understand that there's going to be some new changes, new opportunities. It's nothing to really get overtly over analytical, emotional about, but see it from a different perspective. See it from a powerful perspective. This card also shows you an owl. Owl is one of the most phenomenal animals out there. It's wisdom, it's strength. It's one of the strongest birds of prey. If you ever put an eagle against an owl, you wouldn't know which one's going to come out. You could probably safely bet on both of them. But what that means is you are strong. You have an inner knowing, an inner strength, an inner wisdom. And so, in uniting with that owl energy, seeing things from a different perspective, and think about it when an owl is hunting, they're stealth like, they're so quiet. And when they finally decide to make the strike and they strike when they're ready to get the prey, it's the absolute perfect decision that's meant to be made. So get out of your space a little bit, think of things from a different perspective, think about it from your power place, and call in some owl medicine, call in some owl energy, work with your owl animals, because they will definitely come in as your guides and help you out during this January. So yeah, I'm going to leave that with Cancer for this month.
I got trust the process when you were talking.
Very much about trust the process. Yes, thank you. Because that is something also that owl does, right? When it's time to decide to hunt, they trust themselves. They don't doubt it. They come from that place of center and power. So very much trust the process.
An owl is, like you said, looking into the spirit animal aspect of owl. There's so many different types of owl, the horned owl, the barn owl, and all those different things. They all have slightly different meanings. So if you wanted to even tap in further to that, that would be a great opportunity. So
Absolutely.
let's move to Leo. Leo is our July 23rd to August 21st. Leos are a very, very interesting a group. Okay, so they're a little bossy, a little pompous, but they love and they're faithful. There is this nothing greater. And I always think, Leo, you always think Leo the lion, right? And I always, when I think of a lion, though, I think of strength. I'm just like, hey, this is someone that's powerful. And not only that, but they're very creative. right? They know how to maneuver and how to get things. They're a little bit lazy sometimes, you know, let someone else do the work for them. But there is this lovely feel to them. So when I pick the card, what do our Leos need to know for January? Let's take a peek. See here. Here we go, pulling cards. And I pulled it upside down, which means nothing in my world. Can I say that? I know in tarot, an upside down card means something. In Tara's world, working with spirit, it means that Tara pulled the card upside down. So let's take a look at this, please. And of course, I also cannot read backwards, but I think it says free from, let's look at it normally. Free from judgment, free to love. Love this card. Oh my goodness, Leo. Love, free from judgment, free to love. Okay, let's talk about it. Free from judgment. Don't let the others get in your way. Let's say it again. Don't let others get in your way. Because everyone else's opinion is just their opinion. And it only matters to you, lovies, if it resonates, if you actually feel it. Because just because someone says it doesn't mean it's so. And we are all of us, so busy in ego in one way or another, even if we're coming from the best intentions, and Nancy knows what I'm talking about. I come with all sorts of intentions. I want everyone to be happy and joyful and joyous. And I'm always, you know, looking to make everyone happy until all of a sudden I'm grumpy and I'm like, so Leo, you want to love, you want to focus on yourself, you want to focus on your inner strengths. What are you thriving in? What is making you feel that you're powerful, and what's not? Is it other people's words? Is it other people's situations? Are you feeling too much? What is it that you need to let go of in January? And January tends to be traditionally a month of letting go. We always talk about fall being, you know, release, 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 falling of the leaves, letting go of what no longer serves us. And winter is our hibernation month, right? It's where we go in, we self-love, we take care of ourselves, we start preparing for the spring ahead, etc., etc. So this card here, free yourself from others' judgments and free to love yourself. That's what they're talking about. Because when we're kind, when we give ourselves grace, when we sit in our power, right, our empowerment, when we're the goddesses and gods that we are and we're meant to be, then everyone around us benefits. When we are authentically able to say, I'm flawed and it's okay, and this person doesn't have to like it, and this person doesn't have to like it, I'm not here to be a people pleaser. When we do that, we are ultimately saying, I'm okay to be me, and I will continue to grow and work on myself. So January is the month you are growing and working on yourselves, Leos. So level up. Let's go. Where's Harbinder? Harbinder. And that's an inside joke, friends that are watching us, but Harbinder would say level up. So
Level up.
I'm going to send you to Virgo.
All right, Virgo, you guys, modest, shy, meticulous, very reliable, practical, diligent. You are August 22nd to September 23rd. Sometimes you can be a worrier, a bit fussy, a little bit critical, sometimes harsh, maybe a bit of a perfectionist, but you're always intelligent, and it's that analytical nature of you that sort of drives you to those other sort of traits. Now, when I was shuffling the deck for you, it was very interesting because I had a jumper. And Tara can pretty much attest to when Spirit makes a card jump out, you set it aside. So you guys are getting two cards, okay? So I've got my jumper sat down here, and I'm going to just sort of be drawn to the card that I think is best for you by Spirit, just pulling. And I love this. Okay, so the two cards you guys got. The first one, this one that I pulled, is Great and Full. Okay.
Oh, Nancy, look at the way those words are written. Grateful, great, and I love it. Go ahead.
Isn't that awesome? But the card that jumped for you, Virgo, is the Call of the Muse.
Ooh.
Okay. And together, what Spirit's telling me is that your cup overfloweth right now. You have an incredible amazingness of resources around you. You've got some really incredible core people. You've got some great family. Anything that you could possibly want is yours for the taking. Your cup overfloweth. You are grateful for everything you have, which is great and bull, right? Play of words there.
Excellent, Virgo.
Right? That's fantastic. And Spirit's coming in and they really wanted you to know to be lighthearted and playful. You know, you've come off of a bit of a time where it's been a bit tough. Um, but going into January, just like kind of building on what Tara just said, it is a time of sort of cleansing. It is a time of rebirth and renewal and rejuvenation. And so, what is calling to you that's new? What are you going to plant? What is going to fulfill you and bring you joy? What is your muse? You know, do you have hobbies you want to do? Is it a new career you want to try? Maybe it's just doing something like learning how to drive a car. You know, there's all sorts of exciting new things that are there. And Spirit's saying now's the time to do it. Because you're purging and you're changing, you're kind of on the up ramp of where all this amazing awesomeness is. You're grateful for everything that you have. It might not have been easy the last few months, but it doesn't mean that you're not grateful and that you don't have a cup that overfloweth. So look at that. Look at the positiveness. Look at the amazingness around you and say, okay, I am grateful. What do I want to try now? What is it that's new that I can take on this next step in this next journey? Because January for you is all about trying new things. And whatever you put in front of you, you're going to have fun with. You're going to be successful with. And that's something I think that's really exciting for you guys for January. So I'm going to leave that with you, Virgos. I'm curious what you guys are going to try. So make sure you come back and put that in the comments.
For sure. This makes me laugh. I'm going to Libra, which is September 24th to October 23rd. Now, my daughter is a Libra. My daughter, Alana, she's my 20-year-old. And I'm reading a little bit of what the Libras are like, you know, so diplomatic and romantic and charming, easygoing. And I'm like, oh, Alana's a conundrum. Not that she's not all those things in some way, but those are not the traits that I would throw out. The traits I would throw out is passionate, social, you know, social warrior, those kinds of things. Yeah, so this made me laugh.
Was she born closer to Scorpio?
Yeah, most definitely.
There's
Most definitely.
There's your passion.
Yeah. Okay, so indecisive, inchangeable, gullible. Lana is not gullible, let me tell you that. But anyway, so to my Libra friends, I always feel with Libra though a sense of gentleness. I don't know why. This is just Tara, so I feel a sense of gentleness. So I want you to focus on, well, diplomatic is social warrior, social justice. You know, she wants what's fair. She wants, you know, that kind of stuff. So let's pull the card for you guys and see what it says. Oh, new birth. Guarded vigilante. Oh.
You to be a grandma. No.
No. That is not your psychic wisdom coming through. Tell me, please. No, okay, so new birth and guarded vigilante. That's interesting because this tells me that what's coming through for you guys, and vigilante is a very interesting word when it comes to the Libra. So they're telling you to pay attention, that you are creating new things are happening around you. There are opportunities that are coming knocking. Here's an interesting thing. When I was sitting here waiting to do Libra, when I was sitting here waiting to do that, I kept getting career. This is a month, you guys, that I need to say to you, Libras, to focus on your career, new opportunities, new things coming to your plate. If you are looking for something more, or maybe we're just kind of playing with it, you know, thinking, you know, maybe I'm looking to do something different, whatnot, looking at different courses to take, looking at new opportunities. This is the time to do it, but they're asking you to pay attention. They're asking you to be vigilant, right, in what you're doing. Are you overreacting? Are you too excited about this, which I get all the time? I have spent the last 2 years being like, yes, this is what I want to do. No, this is not what I want to do. Yes, and back and forth. And it's been this huge wave. But they're asking you to be aware of the decisions you're making, to be focused, that you are making new decisions. And what is it going to look like down the road? What is the big picture with this? Don't jump in, right? They want you to put, you know, the toe in the water, your big toe in the water, and test it, so that you are not going to regret decisions that you make down the road. right? So you're not going to be like, yes, I dove in this like a dirty shirt and here we go. And, 3 months down the road, you're like, oh, I think I overreacted to all of this. It was a great idea, but I'm not sure. So I'm not sure it's what I wanted to do. So yes, career-wise, schooling, those things all kind of flow together for me in this month for you, Libras. Please take a moment to sit back with that energy and just be a little bit vigilant in how it's coming to you, right? Who's bringing it to you? Who will be working in that energy with you? Does it resonate at all levels? Body, mind, and spirit. If you take this time, because remember, Spirit is giving you a moment right now. Spirit is saying to you, okay, Tara and Nancy have decided they wanted to do this. Let's see what it looks like. I'm going to come and I'm going to tell you this. They're giving you a piece of guidance. What you do with it is up to you. So sit in that moment, take those deep breaths that, like Nancy did before, and release it. Because those moments are really going to be how you move through your decision making. And I'm going to leave that with you. Oh, please tell me what Scorpio has.
All right. So, as you all know, Tara is a Scorpio.
Through and through, friends. Through and through.
She is one of the most determined people I've ever met. Emotional, intuitive, powerful, passionate. That's all the things, Tara.
Go back to emotional. She's very emotional.
Can I say compulsive? Sometimes obsessive, maybe secretive. These are all things Scorpio, but it's what we love. We love about all of our Scorpios out there. So I've got my little deck like this, and
oh, enlighten me, woman.
We're gonna enlighten you. Oh, very interesting. So Scorpios, you guys have wish upon a star. It couldn't be a better month for you.
It couldn't be a better month.
Right? Spirit is very much coming in and telling me this is about a time of change. You've made the decisions. You're moving those chess pieces. Things are aligning for your divine. However, and this sort of builds a little bit on what Tara was just saying to those Libras, we are free will. So we're going to have things presented to us. We're going to have things that are put in our path, but it's up to us to decide which direction we're going to take. What this card comes in and what Spirit comes in and says to me is, whatever you wish will manifest itself. Okay? So don't wish too small. I do a vision board class and I get everyone at the end of it to write themselves a check. And I say, don't be humble. I write myself a $2 billion check. I want to manifest that. So what do you want? What do you want 2022 to be? Do you want it to be your best health year? Do you want it to be your most financially lucrative year? Do you want it to be full of family and love, or all of it? Write it down, manifest it, because no wish is too small right now. This for you, dear Scorpio, is a time of empowerment. It's a time of the Spirit's showing me doors opening. Doors are opening, doors are opening. And it's just you take door number 1, door number 2, or door number 3. But whatever it is, make that wish a big, bold, beautiful, bright, shiny one, because you can't do anything but be successful for 2022. So I'm going to leave that with you, my Scorpios.
Woo! I love that. I'll take all of that and I will emotionally embed it in myself and start manifesting that $2 billion check and a sanctuary for animals, senior animals. We'd love that.
We would.
Okay, friend, let's take a look at Sagittarius. Now, funny thing in my world is that most of my family, I'm talking extended family, I'm talking my husband's family, are Scorpio and Sagittarius, except for Alana's my Libra. Everyone else, my son is a Scorpio, my husband's a Sag, my sister's a Sag. Sagittarius being November 23rd to December 22nd, optimistic, freedom-loving, sometimes blindly optimistic. Okay, a little bit careless, a little bit irresponsible, but at the same time, honest through and through. So this is a nice blend, to be able to be, I see what I'm doing, but I'm going to do it anyway. And just, know that whatever the outcome is what's meant to be. So let's pull the cards for the Sagittarius and see what's going on. The card that I'm pulling for them right now, pulling out of the deck here. Oop, almost got 2 cards for them. Is, the perfection of your life.
Wow.
This is pretty cool. So let's
Oh,
talk about this card a bit. This is all about the lotus flower. You see that in there? So it's almost a little bit like sacred geometry, but that is a lotus flower in the forest. Now, forest to me is always healing, right? Forest to me is always a place where you catch your breath, where you relax, where you let Mother Earth come to you. But the lotus flower is always about unfoldment. And if this card is about perfection of your life, they are talking about letting things that you have started now settle, letting things around you that you've been conjuring and making and growing and balancing and all those things, let it come to that place of stability and allowing yourself to see your success and your accomplishments and to reward yourself. Give yourself that pat on the back. We are terrible people, all of us, for acknowledging our stuff from a place of love and light, and our stuff being our accomplishments. What have we done? Are the good things that we do. We always seem to gloss over them and look for all the things that we failed at. It's never a failure. It's always a lesson. So we as Sagittarius, we not being me, but we being the Sagittarius, we need to sit in that space of, okay, hang on a second. I've had a great 2021. There are things in there that I managed to do and to do successfully. And whether that's a thought process, whether that's an actual action, a situation, maybe it's an emotion, whatever it is, we need to sit in that for a moment. And by grounding ourselves in that energy, what we are truly doing is saying, okay, now I'm ready for the next step. So I can't wait, Sagittarius, to see what your February card is going to say, because that is going to be your next step. So reward, recognize, that is what you're doing in January. Reflection.
love that. Sagittarius.
I
Woo!
know. I know. All those Sag. Well
All
done,
right.
friends.
Well done indeed. Let's move on to Capricorn. Capricorns, December 23rd to January 20th. This is your time, my friends. You are practical, you're prudent, you're ambitious, you're disciplined, you're everything I need to be as a Taurus. Patient, another thing I need to be as a Taurus. But your humor and your reserved is just beyond. You know, people love you for your humor. Sometimes you can be a bit fatalistic, but you know what? That's okay. We're gonna work towards the practical and prudent, I think, for January. We'll see how that goes.
Let's step away from that.
Yeah, let's look at the ambitious and disciplined. Okay, so you've seen me sitting here shuffling. I am just gonna pull a card off the top for you. And wow, this is fantastic. I don't know if you guys can see the art on this, but it's
Very
called
nice.
Opening to Discovery. And there's so many layers within this card. And what Spirit's telling me is that, this is really about a time of new and receiving the key to something that's going to be unlocked in the very near future. And they're showing me February, March, April as being a very, very important time frame for you. So something is going to be very much presented to you throughout the month of January. And it's going to be something new. It's going to be also something you've been working very hard for. And it's again, I love the fact that a lot of these readings are coming up with a lot of unlimited possibility. So this is also bringing in, and Spirit's telling me there's going to be definitely some um, human intervention on this, right? So you're going to have to think, what is my free will telling me to do? But I want you to draw that back in, go inside and focus on that little inner GPS. What does my intuition say? And you don't have to do what Tara and I do for a living. Think about it. What does my gut tell me? That's your intuition. That's your psychic. Follow that GPS. That is what's going to help lead you down that road to that new discovery, because you're holding the key, my friend. And it's just a matter of, yes, thank you, February, March, April, February, March, April. This is unfolding. It's not going to be something that's going to do this in January, but there's a lot of seeds that are being planted while you have that key in your hand. So pay attention. Sit back, kind of like the earlier one, come to center, focus on what does it feel like? Is this right? And then follow that gut instinct, because everything is going to unfold. The door is going to open. You've got that key. And yeah, just glorious things are going to happen for you. So focus on that positive momentum forward. one foot in front of the other. Might be a bit sticky sometimes through January, but that's what happens when we're laying foundation before we level it out. So anyone who's ever made a patio and puts bricks down, you know, you get this lovely little thing of sand, and then you got to shimmy the bricks in, right? Just so that it all kind of comes, and then you walk on it. That feels right. It's balanced. So focus on that inner intuition. Yep, that's right. I'm going to take, oh, no, maybe not quite right yet. Listen to that. Listen to that inner voice. Spirit's saying, very much follow that guidance for you guys this month. Okay. Totally excited to see what February's card's going to bring for you too. We're going to have to compare them. We're just go back and forth. So I'm going to leave that with you guys. Enjoy your January. And I'm going to let Aquarius go over to Miss Tara.
So Aquarius is our January 21st to February 19th. This feels very much about flexibility. So when we look at the traits of the Aquarius, you know, friendly, humanitarian, you know, all those things that come into place in, you know, inventive. They are just able to make things happen because they've always got these ideas popping up in their mind. And they can really kind of downplay themselves and sabotage a little bit. So we want them to see that creative side and really embrace that. So when I pull the card for them, just pull, oh my goodness, Tara, just pulling the card. Oh, look at this. The free from judgment, free to love card again.
Wow.
So what did I just talk about?
Yeah.
I talked about flexibility. I talked about not self-sabotaging. I talked, you know, all those words, and that card comes up. And I showed that card very quickly. Let me show it one more time. There we go.
Can I just interject really quickly too? You know, for people that are listening, think about how impressive this is for Spirit to make the card show up twice in a big, big deck. So pay attention to this message. Like, that's huge. Okay.
So no self-sabotage, Aquarius. This is you know, breathing outside of your box, your boundaries. This is you saying, okay, I'm safe to be able to create what I need. I am safe to do it. So this again falls into that winter solstice celebration kind of work where we are doing that self-love, that self-care. Aquarius, I would say step back a little bit from everyone around you, situations around you, and do a little bit of alone time, a little bit of meditation, a little bit of going deeper. I would also focus for you on the solar plexus chakra, and I would get a little bit of citrine and work with citrine, that crystal, that stone that represents that, because it's feeling to me as though you want something bad. You are wanting something bad, and they are talking about you being flexible in how you get it. So don't be rigid. Don't sit and say, well, this is only black and white. This is the only way I can see this. This is the only way it can be done. The only way it can come to me. Instead, be like, the gray's good. I like the color gray. Gray gives me opportunity. Nothing has to be set in stone. Nothing has to be perfect. It can have movement. It can have choice, right? And then look into that, you know, because we have free will choice. So just because something is presented to us in such a way that we look at it, we're like, well, that's just the way it's meant to be. No, please sit in that space. Grab that citrine, because citrine's about abundance as well. So grab that citrine, sit back, shove it onto your solar plexus 2 inches above your belly button, and be like, I trust, I am confident, I am strong, I am powerful, I trust my intuition. I see, I hear, etc., etc. Go into that state of, I can do this. And then do it. Do it. Go back into your space, do a little bit of self-love work, hibernate away from situations so that you can build this energy up. You will not be disappointed. I promise.
Nice. Very exciting, Aquarius. All right, last but certainly not least is Pisces. That's our February 20th to March 20th. You guys are imaginative, sensitive, very sensitive, compassionate, kind, selfless. You have all the lovely, you know, you're sympathetic, but you tend to be very empathetic as well. Because of that sort of intense spiritual connection that you all tend to have, you tend to be a bit of an escapist, secretive, right? Because you don't ever want someone to hurt you. You're that kind of sensitive, easily led, but the imaginative part is what we love. The fact that you are so sensitive and kind makes Pisces one of the most endearing ones. You're all endearing, but Pisces, we love you. Okay, we're going to draw a card here. Oh, this is a great card. Um, Tender Embrace.
Oh, I
Now,
love that. I love elephants.
I love elephants too.
Mm.
And it's interesting because spirit's coming forward, and it's not even just spirit that's coming forward right now, but my granny's coming forward because she collected elephants, and she's like, you need
Aw.
to tell them about the luck. Tell them
Hey,
about the
Granny.
luck. And for her, it was all elephants are very wise, very steadfast, very much, very like Pisces, very sensitive, very kind and endearing and wise. She always used to have her elephants with the little trunk facing up to the east because it brought good luck. And
Hmm.
she's bringing this in to tell me, the card itself says tender embrace, but it doesn't matter what the card says. Right now, what she's saying is this is about embracing that inner wisdom and embracing those around you and bringing them in, the like-minded people that lift you up, that you lift them up. It's all about elephants travel in a herd. I don't want to say it's herd mentality because we don't want to go there, but it's very much about your people, your core group of strength and strong, and who celebrates you, you celebrate them, bring them in closer. January is all about pick up the phone. If you're thinking about someone you haven't talked to in a few weeks, call them. If you're, thinking about penning an old-fashioned letter, do that. How awesome is it to receive a letter? We don't do that anymore. I get so frustrated.
Right?
Yeah, do something that's very tender and endearing to those you love. Celebrate them, reach out to them, let them know you're thinking about them, because that one small action that you're going to do this month for someone that you love unconditionally might just change their world. And so they might do something in kind that's going to change your world. And bringing that core group of people in and celebrating each other is really going to set a strong foundation for as you move forward into 2022, because you've got a whole strength of people living behind you and ancestrally behind you. Okay, so embrace the ones you love, bring them close, celebrate them, pick up the phone for the ones you haven't talked to in a while. And just lean into that inner wisdom. There's also a very interesting thing on the card, and Spirit's coming through and telling me to talk about it. And I don't know if you can see it if I go in really close. It's a tiny, tiny little butterfly spreading magic.
Oh, I can see it.
Okay. And that's very much about our Pisces spreading that magic with that group of people, but spreading it for themselves, right? Celebrating themselves, celebrating all that you've done in 2021. It's been a good year. You've done some amazing things. Now it's time to sort of take that you've done for yourself and spread it forward for everybody else. It's about blooming and blossoming, not just in yourself, your inner wisdom, your space, but in your people's space, in your family and your friends and the ones that you love. So I love that card. It's very much about heart, very much about
Mm-hmm.
heart. So I'm going to leave that with you, Pisces, and I look forward to seeing all of their cards for February. I think it's going to be quite incredible, seeing how they build throughout the year.
I would like to see that, and we'll have to keep track of kind of what that looks like and do something big in December on that.
Yeah.
That brings us to an end. So this is going to be monthly, so we look forward to seeing you guys. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. Nancy, thank you very much. I'd like to do a couple little shout outs. First to Extreme Boutique Clothing in Sawasen, BC, for my lovely sweater. I absolutely adore it, and they have the most beautiful fashions. They have something there from people 17 all the way up to 90,
Nice.
their clothing, and we will have their link in the bottom there. I'd like to just remind people that the cards Nancy and I used, again, we will have the links as well. Sacred Rebels Oracle by Alana Fairchild, and the Oracle Seven Energies, Colette Baron-Reed. And Colette does do a lot of cards, so she's got and they're beautiful, beautiful decks of cards. Nancy, I would think that I will see you. Oh, let's do one more thing. If you are looking to get a more personalized January message from either Nancy or I, again, links will be down there, but please feel free to email us at info@spiritessencebytaradiana.com. You can check out our website, which is spiritessencebytaradiana.com, and you can just indicate whether it's Nancy or myself you're looking for, and we'd be happy to touch base with you and discuss January.
Absolutely.
Nancy, any final words for our friends?
I just wish you all a very prosperous, successful January, full of love and absolute light, surrounded in goodness, and hopefully not snow.
Right? And I just want to say, stay grounded, people. There's a lot of things that are changing right now. We are hearing this and that, and we are told to do this and that. And keep your chin up, keep a smile on your face, because what we emit will help others work their way through certain situations.
Absolutely.
So, on behalf of Nancy and I, we wish you all the best January 2022. See
Thank
you
you,
guys
everyone.
next time.
See you next time.